We have 6 people watching now.
Oh.
Some of them are us.
This is also true.
Starting.
Jessa!
I made it. I totally made it. Totally here on time. Totally here on time, I swear.
I don't have my cookie to munch on today.
We're right about to start.
Oh, damn it. I'll be right back.
Oh, sweet Jesus, that was close. I know I'm late.
I don't know, you're making pretty good time for a new dad.
No XP and disadvantage on all attack rolls.
Guys, I'm getting a rerun. There. I think we're set up now.
So it's showing
Ow,
now there Jason's arrival through
Okay.
all our positions.
Now it looks like we may be
Sorry.
up and going. Good evening to anybody that's watching us at the beginning.
Please
We
don't
are
close.
back live with Curse of Strahd and the Nutty Dawnwatch crew. Last week they found their way down into the basement of Wachterhaus and discovered there was a demonic cult down in the basement that still had some remnants left after they had killed Lady Wachter. They had quite a battle and they managed to do in what remained of the cult, which left them in pretty bad shape as they finished up from last week. So they decided that they better find a place maybe in the basement that they would hole up, barricade the doors, or do whatever in order to get at least a short rest so that they are ready for things. And I'm going to take just a pause here because our videos are, whenever someone logs in, we get a little bit of weirdness. So let me adjust these videos.
We are so screwed.
No, we just take a nap right in the middle of the floor. Just drop out.
I mean, that's pretty much what we're about to do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, from what my understanding is that if we have like magical items or something that like we can use our rest period to like bind ourselves to them or something like that.
I got my attunement.
Attunement, that's it. Like we can
You need
use.
a short or long. I think it's short or long rest to attune yourself to an item.
Okay.
It takes an hour, so it's usually a short rest.
There you go.
So, but I mean, like we can use the short rest to do that if we have something like that, right?
I don't think any of us have something like that, but yes.
I do have a magic book, or maybe a magic book, a book of maybe magic.
That's a little different. This is more like
that-
we had a helm of +2 strength.
Yeah. Okay. So a book is not going to require a short rest to attune or anything.
If it's a magical item, and we didn't know about it, you would have gotten a message from our GM, and that says the description of the item, and then there would have been a little blurb that said requires attunement.
She just gave me a list of items. I didn't really say anything. I have a bunch of scrolls as well and whatnot, but like I don't know anything about them. Like we can identify that, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Anything that isn't identified within that hour, that would still count as a rest.
Well, you can spend an hour to identify an item, or you can spend an hour to attune to an item.
But I mean, like you can use that hour and whatnot during the rest. You would still get the rest, but you would also attune. That's what that's what I meant to. That's what I wanted to figure out.
Yes, you would still get the rest.
Okay.
The scrolls weren't magical scrolls. They were deeds, basically, to parcels of land given to the Wachter.
But no,
there were scrolls too.
Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff from that chest that no one went to, and I just stuffed everything in my bag because I'm like, I don't got time for this. We'll do it later.
Yeah, it says 5 scrolls. It says 5 scrolls notarized deeds and land to land given the Wachter family by Strahd nearly 4 centuries ago.
Yeah,
She
if you
put all
want
this
a
in the
short
Discord
rest, Victor would want to read through some of that stuff.
Probably all compare notes of like anything we found while going through this. Maybe investigate.
Where is
some
this?
of the
Is
other
this in
things.
the DM?
COS IC text. I'm going to scroll up just a little bit.
I think I went too.
Yeah, it was posted on the 11th in IC text.
It's just above the picture of the Hippo dragon.
Okay, 4, 4, 4, 4.
Here, I'll make it faster.
Yeah, I don't see anything. I go from the 11th
Here,
to the 18th.
I copy pasted it.
Look for my picture.
That'll work. You what?
Oh, I'm looking at.
Yeah, look in the IC text, not the OC text.
I'm looking at the COS stream text.
Yeah, look in the IC text.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Okay.
The
All right.
It looks like mine, Riz's, Apo's, and Gore's pictures are all up your Discord.
And I will say, in the interest of streaming time, and that yes, you will have attuned to those things that you're interested, so you can look at that list and figure out what is of interest to each of you. What do you want to get?
I mean, there's nothing there that requires attunement. There's no magical items.
Discovery on the scrolls, but that's about it. I'm just saying you have accomplished all.
But saying if I had. Oh, sorry.
I'm just saying anything that you needed to figure out what the scroll was, anything that you needed to understand further will have been done in the hour that you are doing it.
Victor will be reading through the manuscript, The Devil We Know.
Well, I mean, that's if Derek wants to give it to you. I mean,
yeah,
maybe
you can
Derek
negotiate
wants
for
to be
what's
a
going
learned
to.
orc
Yes,
now
he
and
will
wants
ask
to.
for it.
Yeah, I mean,
Alright.
maybe Derek wants to be a learned orc.
Alright.
There's some other scrolls in there. Maybe read those first.
Since some of you guys are debating over like most recently, I'm going to take out a cloak that I somehow had gotten way back when in the murder house, and I'm gonna put that on and I'm gonna curl up and go to sleep. This thing was marked as being special. I have no idea what the fuck it does, so most likely.
You know what? Honestly, Epotus wants that pipe.
Be a very distinguished.
Are we actually in game now?
Yes, technically you are in game. You are having your sleep. You are doing whatever needs to be done.
Well, first, then Derek is going to gather his lost weapons that he threw to the ground because he wanted to grapple people.
Right.
And
you're
then
able to
he's
pick them up.
going to grab his big axe and is going to start going for the one that I remembered, the one I remembered from the town area, and I'm going to start chopping his head off.
You're leaving okay, you're searching Wachterhaus for the.
No, the guy in the basement.
Yeah, we're in the basement.
Okay, so you are going to chop a head off a corpse, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm with you. Okay, you've got one more corpse to add to your collection of corpse heads.
And if no one's going to stop me, I'm going to do it with the other two bodies as well.
Like I said, I am probably most likely sleep attuning to this cloak that I've had since the murder house, and I have no idea what it does.
Alex is gonna speak up. Hey, could you not dismember the bodies in the room? Like, you're splashing blood everywhere. I mean, I get some people got that post-battle fucking trance thing going, but I want a nap, and I don't want to get splashed by ever quickly cooling blood.
Well, you've got two rooms. The bodies are in the summoning room with the pentagram on the floor. And then you've got the dirt floor cellar area that you could be in as well. So you could be separated from the blood if you want to be.
I was under the impression that the room with the, pentagram in it is basically a dead-end room. So
it is.
There's only one entrance in the room. and
Correct.
thus it is a more easily secured room, and thus where he would probably end up sleeping.
Right.
And also where the bodies are, so I just figured
In
he
the
would just
cellar
jump up
itself,
right there.
in the cellar itself, there's an exit up to the house. There's an exit out to like a storm door exit out of the cellar. And there is the secret door entrance into the pentagram room, the summoning room.
Which wasn't too secret.
No,
Real secret.
a good roll and it was found. Especially with the footprints giving you advantage on it.
So all of that stuff I just rolled. Oh, I suppose I should roll for Duroc too. That was healing for people.
All right.
Remember I was talking last week about healing you guys, taking short rest and healing you guys again?
Yeah,
Right.
I remember that. That's why we have that note.
So he's using up
Okay,
a bunch
so
of
I got the
healing
six then.
kits.
So the first three were in this order: me, Vlad, Sylvia, and then Alex were the 8, 6, and 7. Add 4 to each of those, so it would have been 12, 10, and 11.
Yep.
And then short rest, 9, 5, and 5 in the same order. Again, add 4 to each of those. I will roll.
So wait,
twice.
so add 4 to the 6 health that you would have given back to me.
Yes, you add you add the amount of hit dice you currently have to the amount of healing you get.
Oh, okay.
Since we're level 4, we have 4 hit dice. So I have 4.
Oh, so I'm back up to full health. Sweet.
Oh, okay. I don't even need that second one then.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
And
Jason,
then
your
Alex
character got
really
total
needs healing.
Yeah, I was doing the math. I didn't quite catch
12 plus 8 is 20 points. You just got 20 points.
Yeah, I'd
So,
say save the POTUS and myself for last, because we do
I'm
have...
only down 2.
I'm
I'm
going to
still
heal.
down, let's count that, 14.
I can't heal you anymore after that.
Oh, that's
So
fine.
here is a healing for Duroc. That's 10 points regained for Duroc.
So I'm getting... Wait, oh, you
With
roll
the
a
plus
6, I'm
4,
getting...
he gets a total of, you get a total of 10, yes.
Unfortunately, this is non-magical healing, so I can't add my domain bonus to it.
So
But
basically, Vlad is just going around and putting band-aids on everyone.
that's exactly. He has this.
With little kitty feet.
The fanny pack is out. He's being mom right now.
So we've got a bunch of little like happy sunshine stickers being plastered to people, being like heal.
Yep.
Alright.
Okay, so with that,
chopping off a head. Oh, thank you, and goes back.
Just like swinging the axe and like getting stickers stuck on his back.
So does Alex need? Alex, Jason, you said you need 14 points more, right?
Yeah, I think there's a fighter thing I can do that'll give me some more points. I gotta.
Don't bother. I will give you 3 good berries. Heal 12 points.
Oh, why? Thank you. Crunch, crunch, crunch. I don't know why I figured good berries crunch.
Passive healing for the win.
well, blueberries and so forth kind of crunch, and blackberries sort
I'm
of.
kind of picturing like what's it like Captain
I'm
Crunch
imagining-
good berries.
I'm imagining them more as grapes because I love grapes.
I'm
All right,
picturing them
so
as
add
the
in
snowberries from.
add in your 12 extra that you get there, Alex, and you should be up pretty good. There
Alex
we
should be
go.
down 2 points.
Right.
That's
So
correct.
everybody's almost verging on full hit points. So that's great. So now, as you begin to feel your strength improve and so forth, and you have your various items that you've gotten, Sylvia, she does not feel anything regarding the cape that directly seems to affect her, but she does have a sense that it is somehow or other, it's the same kind of cape that you saw the summoners using in the next room, or the same room, depending on which room you slept in. And you get the sensation that it adds some kind of power regarding their summoning that they use in their dark rituals.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, she's probably just going to ignore that little like weird nagging feeling in the back of her head and just continue to try and sleep off any injuries that she got.
With her background, she would have kind of an eerie sensation that she's back in some things that went on a number of years ago with some of her activities. It just feels the same way with the people that she was connected with at that time.
All right. Well, if it's going that route, then she's probably gonna sit up, slowly look at what she has on. She goes, "Oh man, this was kind of cute."
I'll take it.
No.
And with that, we can journey upstairs. What do you plan on doing?
Oh, before we do, I also forgot to mention that when I was chopping off heads and whatnot, that I was also searching the bodies for anything.
Yeah, basically the stuff that you got out of that chest was the major portion of what is available. The people who were down in the actual basement of the house were rather simply dressed, and they were so devoid of certain even coins and things that you get the feeling that probably the ritual demanded that they remove a lot of items from them. They didn't want to be heavily weighed down the stuff that they.
I do remember hearing about daggers at belts.
Yes, there are daggers. They are not magical daggers, although you people can give me a religion roll if you wish to find out a little bit more about the daggers. They are not +1 or +2 type daggers, but there is something else about it.
I know nothing, Jon Snow. Victor knows even less, Jon Snow.
Victor will take this moment to.
Victor is Jon Snow.
Victor will take this moment to speak up and say, now seems like a good time to remind everyone the cat lady is still locked up in her room.
Quick OSC note, it wasn't clear to me. Did we get a long rest in or just a short?
Short rest.
Short.
Alex explains how the daggers are somehow related to changelings.
They're mimics, Alex. They're mimics.
No.
His thing is changelings.
Yeah, changelings at young ages will typically use daggers to murder their parents and eat them when they've grown of size large enough to go.
I'm grabbing the dagger right now. I'm grabbing the dagger right now.
I'm pretty sure young changelings murder bards.
The only one that has even a hint of what the kind of dagger is and the design that's on it is Apotus, who believes that probably it is a ceremonial dagger that is used in various rituals, possibly even a sacrificial one.
He relays that information.
Darak shrugs and just like puts them in his backpack. More useful
pokey sticks.
More useful things to throw in case of traps, like at the death house. Recalling back to using one of those acid etched weapons to see if those blades were actually real or if they were illusion.
Are you doing?
That's the only reason why I'm collecting the small kind of useless weapons, at least according to Darak. Is I'm just gonna throw them to see if there's a trap or anything.
I see religion rolls.
So you're going to throw it like you're trying to get it to stick in the wall, or just toss it across?
Oh no! I'm taking them to use them at a later time to see if there's like traps.
Okay.
What's our religion?
Vlad recognizes.
The fates have spoken.
Vlad sees the universe. Vlad, like Epotus, recognizes, and he's a little more certain he is able to reassure Epotus that his guess was correct, that this is a ceremonial and probably sacrificial dagger. It, however, does not have any. It doesn't seem to have any +1s or extra magic powers to it, but it is ceremonial in nature.
It'll serve a better purpose with us then. Yep, stick them right in my bag.
we will at least be able to destroy it.
Where did we find this dagger?
These are daggers found on the cultists.
Okay.
They had daggers at their belt.
Yeah, and there would be 3 of them altogether if you want all 3 of them.
Oh, nice. I thought it was only 2. I got 3 daggers. So.
I mean, if nothing else, we can throw them on people.
You can throw them on people. He was coming right at me!
Ooh,
I mean, you're not wrong.
Jesus Christ.
It depends on how evil we want to get with this.
We don't
Hey man,
want to
lawful
be evil.
before evil.
Anyway.
All right, are we ready to head upstairs?
Flat
Hell
over.
no.
Or out the door, whatever you're going to do, out the cellar door.
Upstairs.
I'm gonna go while probably still wearing this cloak that even though she hates it, she still has it on. I'm gonna check to see if the cellar doors can be actually opened.
Oh yeah, because there were other doors.
Investigation or?
Yes.
Okay. Where is it? Oh, why is it always using my worst stats? Hey, not bad.
Yeah, the doors look like they have a pretty sturdy latch on this side, but they can be quite easily opened from this side. Not so easily opened apparently from the outside, but it has the twist type latch on it that you can open from this side. So it looks like they can easily be gotten open.
I'm gonna kind of jury rig the latch to be able to be opened really quickly, but not all the way. That way, to make it to make it noticeable that someone has been tampering with the latch. If that makes sense.
Very good. So it looks like whatever happened came in from that side.
Well, it's kind of more like, in case of fire, break through door and run.
Okay.
She wants to make sure that she doesn't have to fumble with the latch later. Just kind of like kick the door and go.
Okay, it's just a safety precaution, not a trying to disguise who came in from where. I got it. Yeah. All right. So yeah, you can turn it to the point where it would be very easy to open very quickly if you needed to, and it isn't securely latched, but on initial check from outside, it would look as if it was still latched.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gang. Up the stairs?
We're up the stairs and through the other doors.
Up the stairs and through the woods.
With me.
Just tie to your belt.
Yep.
You have an obsession, dude. That's not healthy.
Shall we speak to the Catwoman?
You come back up the stairs into the upper landing again, where you had once again you are into the library where the secret door was, and the bookcase was still slightly ajar. You were able to push it open and move back into the library where all the cats are.
Can I?
We know where she is. Don't know
I check to see? Can I check to see where if anyone else came into the room after us?
The cats don't seem disturbed. There is no evidence that they have seen anything that disturbed them. That wouldn't necessarily mean that a member of the household didn't come in, but from all you can tell, if you want to give me another investigation roll, you can see what you know more, but it's kind of thing the cats seem very calm.
I got a question that I kind of want to argue. How long has it been since I last talked to the cats?
An hour?
I would say about.
That battle. Oh yeah, an hour. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, I'd say it's about 2 hours.
Maybe I haven't been. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot about the short rest.
Victor will go ahead and say, I have an idea. It's possible that we may have just killed one or both of the brothers. Perhaps the cats will know. Why don't we take them down to have a look?
We don't need to. Rock brought the heads with him.
Yeah, well, and also I recognized the heads. They were not the brothers.
You have the brothers' heads to compare?
Well, no. The two down there, they were not the brothers because I recognized the brothers from outside. Didn't I? I thought I asked.
You have seen the
last week
brothers
if I
numerous
remember.
times. You have seen the brothers in the Blue Water Inn. You have seen the brothers at the Sun Festival. You have seen them around quite a bit.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, the two other guys down there are not the brothers.
That's correct. They do
I
not
guess
appear
with
to
us,
be.
since you know I have the heads.
Yeah, they
Yes,
do
I
not
think
have
you
the
are
same.
right, actually.
When you were looking at them down in the cellar and fighting them, they were definitely not the young men that you saw in the square.
Well, perhaps we take the cats to go meet the Catwoman, and they might help us make some sense of all of it. And perhaps calm her just a little.
I mean,
Good.
that's all fine and well, but I think we have slightly higher priorities than dealing with the crazy meow meow lady. I mean, you know,
Is there
that
any
whole
reason
saying.
we can't just lock the door?
Did she eventually starve to death?
What was that?
That was sound
Not
effects
mine.
from behind Jason, I think.
Okay.
Nope, not on my end.
The
That's fair.
Dawnwatch intends to occupy this house, does it not?
Indeed.
Yes.
Do you intend to do it
No, we do not
righteously?
lawfully.
I was going to do
I
it as
meant
a
in term.
mercenary.
I meant that merely in terms of making sure she doesn't turn on us. I did not say let's leave her to starve.
The door currently is locked.
Yeah,
If we do not
the
want
door
her to turn on us, perhaps opening the door sooner would help.
I think
Durrock is
in-
more worried
no.
about the brothers that could possibly be planning against us than a lady who is obviously not right in her head.
Where
The
are
brothers
you
are
guys
not from the
standing as you're discussing this? Are you back
I
by?
think we're still in the library.
We're still in
Yes,
the
I
library.
know you're in the library, but that's not my question. The library is fairly large and L-shaped. The lower bar, end of the lower bar was where you went into the secret door. No, I don't want to put it up because it'll be on dynamic lighting. But
Stay near
basically,
the staircase and/or cats.
okay, so you are
Yeah,
not
so
out.
we-
We wouldn't have moved too far away yet.
All right,
Vlad closes the secret
as
door.
you came out of the secret door, you could hear through the bookcases and wall to your immediate right the sound of Stella meowing and talking to herself you can hear her voice through the wall.
If you want to go and let her out, I'm not going to stop you, but she is your responsibility once that happens.
Durrock will stop you. We have more pressing matters to attend to right now. She is not going anywhere, and we will not leave her to die.
We are not going to leave her to die. Once we have confronted the brothers, we can decide what to do with her.
She
Durrock
may
would
have some insight.
She may have insights, yes, but none of us can communicate with her.
Okay, Victor, look. I'm gonna lay it straight. From one crazy person to the next, that chick is so far gone, we are not going to be able to get anything out of her. Unless you are able to read through the garbage that probably is jumbling up that pretty little brain of hers. If you can do that, all on you, buddy. But honestly, not worth the time right now.
I will remind you that I can be a cat.
Victor, you
How
have
have we not
already...
tried that yet?
You still have
Because
to
the
get
last time
through.
he was getting attacked by birds.
And vampire cats.
I think, and this is, I'm usually the one making the bad mistakes here. This is a bad idea. I think we should just leave her be for now. Deal with, the tiger releasing dum-dums instead.
We know where they are.
No, we don't.
No,
There
She
are
might.
still quite a few rooms that you have not opened in this house yet. You have seen doors
If I
all
leave
along
a
the
woman
staircase
locked in
area
this-
and so forth.
If I leave a woman that has not wronged me locked in this house, how am I better than Strahd?
Because
can
we
unlock
will
it.
free her later.
'Cause
We
here's the
have
thing.
an immediate threat now, and that is the two brothers who are possibly worse than the cultists that we have just killed.
Victor,
I
let me see
will
the key
point
real
out a
quick.
little bit of common sense to you that she is in a house full of servants and brothers who obviously have been taking care of her. So that initially you do have that thought that you can think about.
I just think dealing with her right now is a bad idea. In the history of long bad ideas that I've ever agreed to do, normally I'm the one making them. This one, I am not touching with a 10-foot pole.
Does Victor give Vlad the key?
No. Did he ask for it?
He did.
For what?
He was going to go unlock the door and then go find the brothers.
Victor would go ahead and unlock it for him. He likes holding on to it for now.
What
But
door
says,
you're going to
if we
Stella?
must look for the brothers first, let us go.
Are you unlocking Stella's room?
Well, we haven't moved from where we were before. We're still kind of
What are
debating
you?
on whether
What
we're
are
going.
you're locking the
I thought
secret
you
door?
meant you wanted to go somewhere else.
I'm trying to figure out what you're
Okay.
unlocking or locking.
Vlad wanted to go unlock, after Victor's comment about keeping Stella locked in the room, Vlad wanted to go unlock the door so at least she wouldn't be trapped in there if something bad happened. That way, Victor's conscience is clear. That it doesn't take much time to unlock a door. We could then go search for the brothers.
Victor thinks if we unlock her, we have to deal with her. Before.
We should not be dealing with her.
No, she's actually way safer. Like, okay, OOC for a second. She's way safer in the room, staying where she is.
Oh,
than
I know
trying
that.
to open that door. Yeah, let's. Why is this up for debate? I see though.
Yeah. So Victor will go ahead and say, if we do not handle her now, let us hear alternatives. So, okay, the brothers, fine.
Yes.
We can always.
We will deal with her after we deal with the brothers. She's less of a threat than they are.
Plus, we can always
If
talk
we
to
do
people
not plan to ask her, then suggest a direction.
I will say that the one of the ones who wants to unlock the door currently is in control of the key. I am quite sure that he will see to it that the door gets unlocked when that time comes. So you would be free to move on to searching the house if that was what you wished to do.
Thing is, I don't even trust her, even with the door unlocked, because they have that door locked
Victor's
for
not
a reason.
Victor's not going to unlock it and walk away. He's
he
figures that it needs to be handled with kid gloves.
Yeah, like we could obviously handle her, but like she's probably at a point in life that maybe the staff is not safe around her. That's why she's probably locked. This is talking OOC like.
Talking with Stella is going to take a lot longer than dealing with the brothers.
Just searching for the brothers. And in searching for the brothers, we could probably find something more useful.
Did someone just hear a scream?
That was probably Stella.
I was thinking it was probably
not it.
Wasn't my kid.
It wasn't. Oh, then I actually am a little concerned because I did.
Asleep.
I did hear a scream. Yep. Okay, it's got to be the game. Thank you.
Did that come from Stella's room?
It did seem to come through the wall from the direction you'd been hearing her chattering.
Oh, alright, let's go check on her then.
Alright, yep. She's screaming, so now we actually gonna have to go and check on her.
Sonar activated.
When players take too long, things happen.
Yeah, but that's so long.
It didn't take that long.
No, that took forever, dude. Like,
I took quite a bit. It took like 20 minutes.
Anyway,
yep.
Victor is, let's see, do the cats in the library have anything in particular, like marking them? Like, do most of them have collars, for example?
Only one of them had a collar. The others, however, but they are distinctly patterned if you want to identify which one was which.
I would assume Derek would at least recognize which one had the collar.
Victor will wild shape into a cat that looks similar to them. He'll merge with equipment except for the key.
Before you do that,
have in his mouth.
Before you do that, I actually wanted to ask: do the cats react to the screaming?
They lift their heads and look in that direction, but they don't like have their fur standing up or their tails puffing out. They didn't act like they were too terribly worried about it.
Okay. Well, actually, maybe I don't want to check it out. If that was like something unusual, they would have scattered. That's probably something they're used to by now.
That's why I wasn't overly concerned about it.
I mean, you'd still go into your cat form and whatnot. I don't know what you were planning with that.
Well, it sounded like you guys wanted to check her out now.
I like how she activated the screen so we could do something, and we're still sitting here talking about it.
I think we need to activate
for another hour.
Move into action mode here.
All right, so let's just say we're checking it out. Victor heads to the door, and he's gonna jump up and just adorably unlock the door as a cat, and then fall back down to ground level.
Darok's gonna be there just to be sure Victor doesn't get owned.
I was wondering if a cat could do that.
Apparently so.
No, I know.
Victor adorably noses the door open and wanders inside.
And
Vlad is right behind him.
Stella is on her bed. She's pulling her hair straight out and is screaming and is yelling something about, "He'll come get the rest of my cats!"
Victor meows.
Oh, meow, meow, kitty. Another kitty. Oh. Pretty kitty. Pretty kitty.
Victor will cautiously approach.
She reaches out for you and starts meowing heavily as she tries to pick you up.
Let's see.
Be a cat, say just out of reach.
Hey, Apotis.
Yes.
What state was the door left in?
Like just a crack open. Victor nosed it open and went inside.
Yeah.
Stella bounds off the bed on all fours and makes for the door.
Vlad,
Victor springs off to the side.
I am ready and willing to grapple her.
Vlad, I said earlier, Vlad walked in immediately behind Victor. Unless anyone was coming in after him, he would have closed the door.
Oh,
she would make. Give me a dexterity roll. I want to see how fast you are on stopping her, because the minute she saw the open door, she would make for the open.
Just straight dexterity.
Oh my God! Yes, yeah. You're almost. Yeah, she rolled in that one. She stumbled and caught her foot.
Yeah, Victor got underfoot. And she
tripped and stumbled on Victor and fell flat on her face and lays there on her side, pawing at the air and meowing piteously.
I think that is why they kept the door locked.
Victor takes a moment to dismiss the last of his dignity and then rubs against her face and purrs.
And she calms down with that. She again reaches out and she kind of tries to stroke your fur, but she just lays there meowing like a kitten. Mewling would be a better term.
Happen and just prays to himself that the others will hurry up and get in here and use this.
I mean, they're all outside with the door closed right now.
We're all outside.
We opened the door.
You open the door. Meanwhile,
don't open the door.
Standing next to the door, just watching this.
Oh, yeah.
Her one attempt to get out through the door failed miserably, so.
I am totally willing to do something else right now.
So is anyone else coming in?
Nope. Sylvia's not touching that crazy.
Oh, Jesus, I have to do this.
Antipodes is not the correct person to deal with it.
I have to do this. Jesus. Alright.
You know what? Alex is actually going to step inside, both to watch the thing and make sure, they treat the crazy person with a decent amount of respect. I mean, she's crazy, but she's crazy here, which is very understandable.
So Vlad crouches down, door shut. Vlad crouches down next to Stella and tries to get her attention away from the cat.
You hear a door open and close in the hallway outside. Who is in the hallway?
Sylvia.
Dirok and
Everyone
Sylvia
except for Vlad
see
and
the
about-
door
except
that
for
was
Vlad.
near the head of the stairs open, and out of it walks one of the young doctor men.
Hello there, I say with the 3 heads stuck to my belt.
He stops in mid-stride and throws his hands up like he's trying to defend himself. Who are you?
Victor, I think they found the boys.
I am Darok.
What are you doing in our house?
Finding servants of Strahd. You?
Yes, of course. He's the lord of the land. What is wrong with that?
Oh, God.
I grab my axe. Neither Epodes or Vlad are here to stop me.
No, Epodes is
there.
The only people
Epodes is there, and Epodes is just...
The only people in the room
I'm grabbing my axe. Epodes? You see me grab my axe?
He
he
turns
he
and
agreed that
starts
he's a
down
servant
the
of
stairs.
Strahd.
He is running
Yeah,
from
if
you.
he's a servant of Strahd, let's...
Darok chases him.
Epodes is joining him, dude.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That Strahd is the lord of the land. That's all that Darok needs.
I said before, if they are servants of Strahd, we can execute them for being serving Strahd. If not, then go for lawful arrest. They are serving Strahd.
He starts screaming as he runs down the stairs. Help! Help! There's a madman loose!
Victor hears this happening and just purrs.
And I just lost a couple of videos or something here. I'll get them back in a moment when they sign back in.
Yeah, my Discord kind of went all weird and updated on me.
There we go. Okay, the pictures went back where they were supposed to.
I'm back.
He is yelling his head off. You can hear doors opening on the lower level.
Hell. I'm gonna turn and knock on the door. Guys, problem.
Yeah, Darok's already gone.
It's time to go.
No, like she's letting Vlad and Victor know that there's trouble afoot. She's letting you two go after the dude.
Is Victor still trying to stay here with Stella?
Yeah, he's kind of keeping her calm while, you kill her brother.
Jesus.
Well, when you put it like that, I feel like
you're not wrong. He's not wrong, though.
So, is anyone besides Dirok and Epodes following? Is anyone besides Epodes and Dirok following Nikolai downstairs?
Vlad will go out of the room and try to see what's going on.
As you do, another door opens on the upper landing and the other son comes out and tries to see what's going on. But you are between him and the exit. He has no exit out.
I'm still wearing.
I'm probably too far to hear that then.
I'm still wearing the cloak, so I'm just going to wave and smile and go, "Hey, fancy running into you here."
Vlad strides forward non-aggressively. Mace is still at his side, still like he's armored. He has his shield on, but his weapon isn't out.
The exact opposite of Darok. He's going
downstairs. He was downstairs. So this brother hears a whole bunch of ruckus downstairs, but nothing alarming up here.
Nothing alarming. Nothing alarming except strangers. Brigands! Brigands! Help! Help!
Technically, no. Technically, no. You're gonna calm yourself for like 1 second. Let me explain. We didn't break into this. We kind of got the key from your mom, which is all cool because, well,
He
she
flees
recommended.
directly across the hall into a room on the opposite side, and you hear the door latch.
Wait,
Sylvia,
the
will
one
you
I'm chasing
unlock
or the
this,
one they're
please?
talking?
I'm sorry. What was that?
The
Sylvia,
one you
will
are
unlock
chasing,
this?
the one that Dirok is chasing, fled downstairs. His
Yep.
brother came out from his door upstairs, saw the group of you, fled across the hallway above the stairs, and into a door on the opposite side. He is trapped. He can't get to the stairs.
Okay, so that's the door latching.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna go up to the door and I'm gonna politely knock. Excuse me, I just want to talk. Can we just talk? Come on, this is really boring if you're gonna play hide and go seek. You're not even really doing a good job. I know where you are. Just and open the door.
You hear something that you didn't expect at all. From inside, you hear him start to scream almost like Stella. He looks like he is aghast at something. Something has him totally frightened.
Well, there are probably vampires in there, and I don't fancy facing them on my own when I'm out of spells. Let's just leave him.
Help you guys.
Let us just leave this door locked for now until the rest of our group comes back.
Yeah, that might take a while. I think the answer is no.
Do you want to go in there by yourself?
Well, I'm just gonna. Well, you said the door was latched closed, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he had latched it, but you can now hear him fumbling with the latch like he's trying to come out.
Alignment choices.
Yeah, Epotus is totally down for getting this door open.
Epotus isn't there though.
I thought he was.
No, you went after the other brother with Durok.
The other brother.
Yeah.
More than one brother.
You went after the running brother, the one who's like, Strahd is great. We're dealing with the one who's now screaming in pure terror.
Yeah. Here's the thing. You don't know that he might not. He might not be one.
Vlad alright, he lets the guy open the door.
It takes him quite a bit, apparently screaming, and apparently his hands are shaking or something because he fumbles with it for quite a bit. But eventually he gets it open and he runs out with his hands up. Don't hurt me! Get me in there! Father!
What is behind him that is terrifying him so much?
You see a bedroom, and those of you that are looking in the door see a large master bed with a canopy, and there is somebody lying in the bed.
Ooh.
Vlad closes the door. Reaches around this boy and closes the door.
Sylvia's just going to like pat him on the top of the head. There. It's okay. Stop screaming. Screaming is bad.
Screaming is doing after he closes the door, Vlad then
she never let us in there, and it's terrible. He died a year ago.
Vlad puts the manacles on this person.
Okay, you're gonna calm down and then slowly talk, because the screaming not helping.
He loops the manacles
just
around
shaking.
his belt, so he's literally attached to my hip.
Okay, so it takes you a moment because he's waving his hands and keeps trying to point into the bedroom, but you eventually manacle him.
Okay, so let me just ask you this. Let me see if you got this straight. You said he died a year ago.
Yes, I haven't been in her room, and he's in there.
Okay, let's try this. Is he moving?
No. What part of dead don't you understand?
Well, you know what? Given all the shit that I've been seeing in this village, dead doesn't always mean dead in this town. So let's just try it from the beginning. And are you sure he's dead? Because your mom and your brother are apparently into some really kinky shit.
He died a year ago.
And how long has your mom been working for Strahd?
he just kind of blinks and says, "The Wachters have always served the Lord of the Land. That's what is our duty."
Okay, you might want to rethink that because my friend might just kill you right now.
Please don't kill me, no, please. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about everything we did. It was just, it was a prank. When somebody dared us to do it, they said they'd give us money if we did it.
Vlad puts his hand over the guy's mouth and just stops him from talking. You are under arrest. You are going to come with me. And we are going to allow the town's justice to deal with this. Had you resisted, like your brother, then another course of action may have ensued. In fact, the other members of my group are chasing down your brother right now. Be thankful that you are the one that Let me try this once again. Be thankful that I am the one who found you.
Let's try that again.
Let's try what again?
Come on. I got him to open the door. And she eyebrow waggles.
I think his dead father is the one that got him to open the door.
Tomato.
In any case, with both hands free, Vlad turns to go knock on Stella's door and say, "I have the second brother with me. I'm going to the Baron's house to put in." Are the stocks? They're not next to the Baron's house. Are there any sort of jail cells there, or do I actually need to put them in the stocks?
No, you actually haven't heard anything about jail cells. Apparently, they have been, for as far as you know, they
haven't been invented yet.
They are using the stock.
So Vlad knocks on the door and says, "I found the second brother. He is with me. I'm going to go to the stocks. Sylvia, will you please talk to..." Well, never mind. You aren't going to do that.
Here's the thing, right? Before we go putting him in little handcuffy manacled things and walking him outside his house, Vlad, please stop making...
He was already in the manacles.
Well, I mean, like, leaving with him. Don't walk him out with the shit on. Look, clearly this guy is shot over something. Clearly there's something in that room. Clearly I'm about to make a terrible, terrible life choice once again, and you're not going to stop me because you're going to watch him. So, bye-bye. I'm opening the door and walking in with the sword in hand.
Sylvia, cut. Do it. La Thunder, damn it.
I mean, Victor could stop.
Or life choice.
Hey, where is Victor and Alex during this? Why are they not stopping?
Alex is helping you chase down the other brother. Victor is with the girl.
Victor's currently...
Yeah, I'm being held captive. Captive.
Oh, yeah.
Captive.
Yeah.
I have sacrificed my dignity for this party.
I have given
All
you
right,
my body.
so
Luckily, Vlad's the only one who was seen.
Sylvia is going and opening the door. I want to try to do something tonight besides just have an investigation of a couple rooms. Sylvia goes and opens the master bedroom door, and she can see there is a fireplace directly across from there. It's got a fire that's burning rather low. It doesn't look like it's been stoked in a while. There's a large portrait hanging above the fireplace of a very noble-looking pair of what appears to be a father and mother. There are two young sons standing beside them and a baby girl in the father's arms. They have a kind of an arrogant look, like uncrowned royalty. They look like they just know that they are noble and it is their due. You can see a curtained window, a closet, and various things. And you can see this canopy bed, and on it is laying a man who looks exactly like the man in the portrait. He does not look decayed. However, he looks very pale, and on his eyelids, his closed eyelids, are 2 coins.
Okay. You got this. You
So,
can do this.
Vlad, by the way, when she walked in...
Let's let Sylvia. Let's let Sylvia.
When
I'm doing this.
walked in, Vlad cast light on her so that she can see.
Nope.
You don't need it. There's plenty of light.
After she was a few steps into the room, he would cast thaumaturgy to slam the door shut behind her.
You're a bitch.
God damn it.
I mean, no reason to have him and the Wachter kid die if you die.
Welcome, viewers, to our clown
I'm purposely going to kill him now.
clown group that love pulling practical jokes on each other.
I'm just gonna throw out, like, we call ourselves the Dawnwatch, but you need to remember, we're still a mercenary company.
Yeah. Okay.
She's probably gonna look at the light. I'm just going to look at the light around me, fucking slap my forehead, go, so much for stealth.
Slam.
And
So you now have been probably startled out of your wits as this door slams shut behind you. But you turn to find there is nothing behind you but a closed door. So you are now closed into this room with this dead man, apparently dead man.
Yeah, apparently.
Son of a bitch. She's going to continue to breathe hard and make her way over to the corpse and go, please, I hope I am so right about this. And she's going to take the silver sword and she's going to stake him through the heart with it.
Oh, if you wanted a stake, you should have asked. Oh, no.
I think she has a stake. Each of us have a stake.
Yeah, that's right. I actually did give everyone a stake.
Yeah, you know, I forgot about that. I'm just going to use the sword.
Well, it's a silver sword. It should work.
Yeah.
The man does not move or jump or lurch or do anything. You pound the stake into what appears to be a dead body. However, as you do that, you sense some kind of aura has been broken off of him.
Oh boy.
That's not good. I almost preferred the vampires.
Could it maybe have been like, wait, I didn't catch. Yeah, never mind. I'm not going to interrupt. I'm not even in the scene.
So I'm just going to stand there, and I'm going to look. Gonna, I guess, roll an investigation check to see if I notice anything strange, or should I roll perception?
If you are just standing there and in general, just seeing kind of what you notice, you roll perception. If you're actually going to dig through the covers or do something, it'd be investigation.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna stand there, not moving, and look around
Perception.
and try to see if I can. Yeah, I'm not terrible.
How long are you going to stand?
Minute or two, just to give a really good observational study.
Over
of what's
a
around.
period of time, at first you didn't notice it, but over a period of a couple of minutes, you begin to feel like you actually are seeing this. His cheeks seem to be getting more sunken. They looked almost lifelike, except for a rather pale complexion. And over a period of time, it looks like his cheeks are hollowing in.
Okay, so what the hell did you do to him?
Restful repose, maybe?
That's what I'm thinking, is that he was under a gentle repose, and then stabbing him broke the enchantment. However, I'm not there to say that. Vlad started walking to the stocks with this guy in belt.
Meanwhile, downstairs, Dirok and Epotus, as the guy runs downstairs screaming, doors start opening and you see servants come running out. They take one look up the stairs at the brother coming down them. They take a second look at the hideous beings behind him, which don't look anything like normal Barovians, and the various cooks, maids, what have you, that were in the downstairs start waving their hands and screaming and heading for the front door. along with the brother who's
Wait,
behind him,
cause
and
mass panic,
halfway shoving the servants ahead of him, trying to get out before they do.
The mass panic job, that's your job. My job is to take care of stuff. And I'm taking care of it right now. Alright, so you said that they're all in a mass now? They're all together? Like the servants
there are
and,
5 total. There are 4 servants and the brother who are all sort of fighting each other to get out the front doors. Remember, there was a double door arrangement where there was a vestibule area, and they
oh man,
one of the servants who was in the kitchen, the woman who was the cook, managed to get to the doors first, and she is heading out the front door. The doors are all open. Meanwhile, the remaining 3 servants who came out of rooms to the side in various places, they were trying to beat it out the door, but Nikolai Wachter grabbed a couple of them, pulled them back, and he is now in the vestibule.
Derek is still running for him, and he's yelling at the servants, "Stop the Wachter boy!"
The louder you yell, the faster they scrabble with each other trying to get through the door. You now have 3 servants fighting each other for the doorway that goes into the vestibule. You have the Wachter boy in the vestibule and 1 servant on the front step. Shall we roll for initiative to see what is going on? And at this point, I think I'm going to throw you over to the map so we can actually have some...
He'll need to kill my initiative then.
Do you want me and Lynn and Victor to roll initiative?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, do it only because I'll need to ask you on your turn what you are doing upstairs.
Okay. Where is my icon?
Oh, whoops, I forgot to click my icon.
Well, it's not there on the screen, so...
Oh yeah, I don't see icon. Wait, whoa, there's a lot of stuff here.
Oh, top floor, bottom floor, basement. Like, you're in the middle map here?
Yes, exactly. You just came
I'm
down the stairs
up here
there.
with the corpse.
And I am getting your tokens so that we can show you where you are.
And Victor is currently being snuggled bunnied up here.
Oh yeah, Victor is still cuddling.
And
more and more of his dignity. I don't think you're a great warrior anymore.
He is. He was brave enough to be touched by crazy.
I have to do a re-roll. Edit the 20, right?
I think so. Well, once you get your...
And then on the upper floor, let me get the rest of you where you are located so you have an idea what's going on here. POTUS is on the stairs. Sylvia is up here.
I don't see my code.
Yeah, and there's no turn order up yet, so don't worry about initiative yet.
I mean my straight up icon.
Yeah, she's adding
I
them.
know, I'm adding them right now.
I added my icon to it.
And Roll20 is being really slow. I think that the token hasn't come up, and when I start dragging the second one out, there it is. So I have to do it. Victor is also upstairs.
I'll just move mine where I'm supposed to be, which is here. And then... to my sheet. To my sheet, my sheet. Hey, hey.
All right, I think I have the upstairs crew more or less where they are. Now let me get a POTUS.
Oh, God.
That's about right. I mean,
you're still
cat
yeah, you're still cuddling right now.
You're still captured.
You're no longer intimidating as a.
Is he starting to like it?
And finally, I need a Nikolai.
Can Can I keep my 10?
Well, yeah, we have to re-roll and then
you can
just edit
adjust.
our initiative to what we originally rolled.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, now I have time to bring the
At least you didn't get. At least you didn't
initiative
get the
up.
-1.
Yep.
Or the crit one.
Yeah. So you just click on the number on the turn order. You can delete it and change it to what.
I believe he knows.
Oh, I didn't know if he knew or not.
But Alba's been doing this stuff on Roll20 for a bit.
Oh yeah, that's right. He
Yum.
has.
Okay. Is everybody got their name on there? I'll get this in order so we know what's going on. Deerock, you've got the first move on this. You basically got a clump of commoners between you and the first door into the vestibule.
Darrock's gonna yell at them, "Get out of the way now!"
And
I guess they can't move.
the more you yell, the more terrified they are of you, and the more frantic they try to, all three, like three stooges, all try to go through the same door at the same time. Just picture the three stooges fighting each other, and you've got it.
All right, then I have a question.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Goes into the closet.
Huh? What?
I just made a
Three Stooges noise.
I was just making a Three Stooges.
Oh, okay.
All I said was I hope one of them decides to go in that closet.
Alright, then yeah, I have a question. Is the door still open?
Yeah, they're wide. The doors are wide open because they got left open, but they're all just fighting each other there.
Alright, then the next question is, what do I have to roll for throwing the javelin at the guy without hitting any of the...
really high.
Well, I mean, like, I would assume that if I hit his AC, I hit him, but I don't know if there's anything I have to roll to avoid hitting the servants and only target him, or if I have to roll something.
Basically, he's got half cover. In fact, I'm going to say he's got 3/4 cover. Because
so that means I'd have disadvantage, right?
Yes.
No, he's just got more armor.
Half cover gives you +2 to AC and dexterity save. 3/4 cover gives you +5 to AC and dexterity. Because it's hard for you to get hit by a fireball when you're behind a wall.
And he was just like wearing normal clothes, so I'm assuming that his AC is probably.
It looks like he's wearing something that is made out of leather. He's got like a leather greatcoat on. It looks like he's a little more heavily armored than just plain old ordinary cloth.
Alright, then I'm not gonna risk it.
Just push people out of the way and grab them.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grapple the one that's directly in front of me and start shoving them away. So
which direction are you shoving them? Towards the kitchen and dining room or out the front door?
In the closet.
I'm
kidding, but whatever.
The closets don't open from this direction. You got to go into the vestibule to get them.
Going to shove them into the kitchen, I guess.
Okay, so give me a strength check.
Would it be that didn't? Okay.
And I'm just going to do a straight up strength versus to see which one of you is stronger, and if you're stronger than they are, then you push them into the kitchen.
Okay, good. I was gonna say there is no way in hell that a servant's gonna be out strength of a flippin'.
So two of the servants get pushed back into the kitchen. One of whom. No, the cook is the one that's out the front door. She was the first one who saw the commotion.
Yep, that's right. So now that I grab, like, I only did push. Do I still have the rest of my 20 feet? Is that what these blocks are?
You can move, but you have used your action in your grappling.
Yeah, I use my action, so like I could be right behind him then.
Go right behind him. If he tries to move away from you without disengaging, you can get an attack action as a reaction.
Yep. Derock's got his axe right back out. So.
and he will turn, see you, and he will like do a tumbling forward roll to try and get away from you. He will disengage, use a disengage action. He is not engaging you in combat, and he will then roll and move forward as far as he can get.
He's going past his cloak costing action movement.
No, he just like shoves her out of the way and keeps on going. She was out and down the steps, sort of thing. It didn't take. He could leap off the porch, sort of stuff. Okay, Sylvia.
I'm going to investigate the room a little bit more, seeing that as how I'm pretty sure this corpse is not getting up anytime soon. Probably going to check the closet real quick for anything of importance, see if there's a desk or anything like that. Do we need to roll in perception or investigation?
No, you can. What exactly are you doing? The desk. There is not a desk per se. There is a kind of a vanity. It does not have a chair by it, and there is a nightstand, and there is a closet in the corner.
Basically just looking for anything that would either contain hidden books or something of importance in the closet.
Okay, if you're looking for hidden stuff, give me a perception roll.
God damn it.
What you do see with just a cursory glance is that there are clothes hanging in this closet, most of whom appear to be a woman's clothes, but you very quickly, even with this roll, you note one thing that jumps out at you is that you see another one of those black hooded cloaks that, like the one you were sleeping in. Another one is in this closet, and you do notice that there is a small chest on the upper shelf.
Yoink. I think I'll just take that and proceed to make my way out of the room.
So you're just carrying the chest out. You're not doing anything with it.
Yeah. How big? Like roughly, how big is this chest?
It's about 2 feet long by a foot wide, and about a foot high.
Okay, so it's too big for her to really carry. All right, I'll leave it there and take a note of it. Then I'll just go out the room and close the door. Huh?
You could drag it.
Yeah, you know what? I've already made one stupid choice today, so I don't think it's time for another.
That's what Sylvia's.
Have you met your bad choice quota for the day?
I try to limit it to like once per 30 minutes.
POTUS, what are you doing?
POTUS, I did the math, and POTUS could actually get right to the door here. So he's gonna do that.
So you're shoving Darok, who was standing in the doorway, out of the way.
Yeah, you can move.
Darok,
you can move.
Yes,
move between.
I'm asking if Darok is letting him, because he was very determined to go through the door himself. I'm not sure if he'd let you.
Oh,
Darok, would you let me pass you?
I thought we could let people go through.
I'm asking you if you let him.
Well, yeah, if he's able to get to him first, Darok would definitely let him go out first.
Yeah, and he hasn't yet drawn his sword, so he draws one of his 5 javelins and chucks it at the dude.
Very good.
Now that we actually have a free...
Oh, you definitely hit him, and you took him down in one shot. He goes down with a javelin sticking straight through him and coming out through his chest. He is impaled on the ground as he falls forward, and a pool of blood starts to puddle around him.
Oh my, I've been impaled.
Yay! Hey, the one thing I'm here for.
And with that,
I
technically
wasn't
you are
expecting-
out of combat. However, I will leave the turn order up just so that we are taking turns on what we're doing.
But before we end the turn, Derok's going to yell, "Hey, stop the woman!"
The servants turn and start running out back doors.
What, does Stella seem to be noticing any of this?
No, she's just purring at you.
Imagine like a purr combined with a nervous chuckle coming out of a cat's vocal cords.
He's just like.
Poor Victor. You chose to be the cat.
Are you guys going to be attacking any of these servants? Because they are going to try and flee out of the house by any means they can. Vlad, what are you doing?
I've already said Vlad is just walking the other brother to the stocks.
Okay, so you are out of the house already.
Yes, I have the second brother attached to my waist.
Wait, hold on a second. I realize a small flaw in your plan, though.
What's that?
How did you get out of the house with both Epotus and Durok in the doorway?
I'm walking down the stairs right now.
Okay, so you're still technically behind them. Got it.
Yeah, I'm inside the house still.
Okay.
Like, here, I'll put myself on the second map.
And I put the second brother with you. I picked up the dead body and put it up with you. Epotus, are you pursuing this cook or anything?
It's not my turn.
It is now.
Well, I mean, I'm after Sylvia, so I technically went before Vlad. The turn order's out of whack.
Oh, there's two of you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm missing. Oh yeah, it went all the way out of order.
Oops.
Somehow or other, an extra one of you got put up there. Okay, that's what happened. Probably when it got changed, something happened. All right, so it's Victor. Victor, what are you going to do now in your unusual circumstances?
Yeah, Victor is just kind of like his ears are kind of like moving around, kind of trying to keep track of what the hell's going on in the house. But he's not really doing anything besides like trying to imitate a normal cat as best as he can and keep Stella from like going nuts in the middle of all this.
And
I cannot wait.
It does seem to calm her down. It definitely makes her a lot calmer. Durok, what are you doing?
I can't wait until your wild shape time runs out and then you pop back into Victor in the middle of her arms.
So is the doorway to my
the unholy wedding?
Oh God.
Durok?
What?
So is the doorway to my right open where the
all
servant
doors
is standing?
there are open because nobody took the time to close them. Every door there is wide open.
Okay, I look at that servant and ask her, "Are you a minion of Strahd?"
Minion of Strahd, I work for the Wachters.
Then I yell at her, "Denounce Strahd!"
Whatever you say, the Baron is the one who
Our heroes, everyone.
In Derek? Yeah. Wait. Oh, sorry. Continue.
I just work here. I earn a paycheck, and I take it home to my family.
You will continue then. You will continue working here. And with that being said, Derek is happy that she's not a minion of Strahd. He's gonna chase these guys down. So
she backs up a little bit, and her eyes are as big as silver saucers. But she does. Okay, so you.
Vlad is behind Durok on the stairs. Before he goes in, he would say, Durok, calm down. They do not worship Strahd. They just work for the Wachters.
Derek does not hear that. He's already around the corner yelling, "Minions of Strahd, stop!"
Yeah, and the more you yell, as usual, the faster they run. You are terrifying these poor servants. They are just, peeing their pants. They're so terrified.
He's an orc barbarian.
Of straw.
See, now it's Strahd, or you're gonna get my axe.
Oh God.
I need to ask you a question.
I have so much work to do with your
And they're
PR.
screaming something to the effect of, "We'll renounce anything you say! Go away! Go away!"
Then, if they denounce him, then Darok's gonna say, "Then you don't need to fear me. You do not need to run." And I'm go from like full sprinting to like catching myself on the doorway, like stopping myself so that they know that
I
I'm
am going to
no
force
longer-
you to give me an intimidation roll. You have a bloody axe, a head that you are holding.
No, not a head.
I would have cleaned it off after beheading the guys. I am not a barbarian. Thank you.
You are a barbarian.
Not that kind of barbarian. I am a totem barbarian.
Not that kind of orc.
That
Me,
one.
not that kind.
Okay. This is the moment this week.
This is the moment. There you go.
Yeah, I am a totem barbarian, not a frenzy barbarian.
I am not a barbarian. You are.
I
You
am
are
not
literally a barbarian.
a barbarian.
But yeah, I would argue that my axe isn't bloody, but I'll still do the intimidation check.
Yeah, I mean, they've got this screaming, vicious-looking individual.
Oh, whoops.
They don't listen to you. A bit.
What's happening is I am scowling. I am very angry. I'm like, you don't need to fear me. I am not going to hurt you. As I grab, now my axe comes into view, and I'm like kind of grinning. One time I don't want to crit an intimidation check, and that's the time I do.
It's just like that. No, it's perfect because it's basically like you're not trying to be intimidating.
I'm not trying to do this. The game is making me.
Oh God. Oh, by the way, Sam started watching the stream.
Oh my goodness. Oh goodness, that's good for the sinuses. Oh my god.
Man, time to call it quits.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Derek is taking Vlad's advice. He's like, I'm not trying to be mean. They just view me as being, the devil right now.
Yeah, you're pretty terrifying, I have to admit. Okay, with them running away in spite of everything that you are trying to do, Sylvia, what are you going to do?
Was about to.
Not that.
Oh man. Was going to leave the chest alone because she's like, oh, I'll come back to it later. Leaves the door, walks out the door, turns around, looks back at the chest, goes back to the chest, and I'm gonna try to lock pick the damn thing if it has a lock.
Yeah,
we
could say that like she hears Derek upstairs yelling.
No,
that's not worth it anymore.
Yeah, she's not even paying attention. She's just like, nope, not gonna think about the chest. Not gonna. Damn, I'm thinking about the chest. Going back for the chest.
All right. So, are you trying to unlock to open the chest?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm fail it too, so it's okay.
The chest is locked, and something clicks when you tried to open it. Would you give me a Constitution save?
Fail time. Constitution saving throw.
You drop in a faint. You have taken 11 poison damage, 1 piercing damage, and you are unconscious.
Even at
Does
21
Vlad
health?
hear this thump of her?
You have fallen unconscious due to the effects and the fail of the Constitution save.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure, that's all.
You are not
I've fallen and I can't get up.
So I lost, what, 11 hit points total?
Yeah, you lost a total of 12 hit points. 1 piercing, 11 poison.
12 hit points.
And you are currently
got it.
unconscious.
Yep.
Does Vlad hear this thump from upstairs?
Give me a perception roll.
over the screaming of the maids as they fled from Bureau?
Yeah, there's a lot of pandemonium in the house. No, he doesn't hear a thing. He just hears, all he hears, oh yeah. You still don't, there's just too much noise downstairs. You don't hear anything. You may hear the thump, but it is not loud enough or distinct enough that it sounds any worse or greater than the slamming doors, the people screaming, and all the stuff going on.
It would still concern him.
There's only one man who could probably hear this at all.
What about Victor? Because he's still upstairs.
Yeah, I think I would probably hear a lot of this.
Epotus, what are you doing in the middle of all
this? Epotus is gonna go try to grab this person.
Give me a grapple check. Yeah, I imagine you probably beat her, but let me give it a try here.
You'd have to roll a nat 20.
She didn't.
Nope.
So you have indeed grappled her.
Where do you think you're going?
Sir, I don't. What's going on in there?
Priorities.
Horrible monsters. Why are you?
We are not monsters. We're simply in the middle of making sure that this town no longer has any connection to Strahd. Now, do you serve Strahd, or do you just work for whoever will pay you?
I'm a cook! And she falls on her knees and begins to sob. And to quote Chris Perkins,
she goes
crying
to
is a
fall
free
on her
action.
knees, but like it just sort of like collapses, and he's
right,
like holding the hand where it
she's
was.
like she's on the verge of fainting. She's just like her knees buckle. You're having to hold her up.
I got her.
Derek doesn't hear you. He's still yelling, "I am not a bad person. Stop running away from me."
Basically, from Epotus's perspective, he just hears this muffled, I'm not going to kill you. Hey. I'm not going to kill you. You can stop running now.
The two,
still running away.
if you wish to attack them, Derek, you have an attack of opportunity because they will continue running out the back door. Do you wish to attack them?
Would my attack include a grapple? Because I don't want to physically hurt them.
You could choose to try and grapple the one that was next to you, yes.
Yeah, that's what I would try to do.
Okay, give me a grapple check. Oh, yeah. And they're so good at that.
Let's keep it going.
Oh my god.
Come on.
Like I said, they are so good at that. Yep, so this lady is just squealing and screaming and probably is hitting you with her fist, but she's not doing any damage to you. She's just like trying to break free of your grasp, but isn't able to.
I'm a bad person.
Yes.
I'm just I'm kind of half thinking that like I got her in the headlock and I'm like shh.
Yes, I know exactly.
Sleeper hold.
Oh my god.
Just go to sleep.
Sleeper hold. Vlad, what are you doing in the middle of all this?
Vlad is going to finish coming down the stairs. See this person to the left of the map here, this one.
Oh wait, you would probably see the brother that got impaled.
Not yet. He was out about, yeah.
Okay.
I don't see him yet. I say, excuse me. Would you go attend to Stella upstairs, please? I say, as I have the other brother attached to my belt.
You're basically shoving him ahead of you, I assume.
Kind of, yeah.
She looks relieved that you told her to do that, and she runs up the stairs as fast as she can go. And is anybody in the hallway? I don't believe anybody's in the hallway now, are they?
No one's in the hallway.
I think Technically, Alex would be, but Alex had to AFK because life.
Right. So Victor would see this woman come bursting in the room and slam the door shut behind her and lean on the door, trying to hold it shut.
Now, in all of this madness, these people are going to remember this one cleric coming downstairs and calmly asking people to do nice things.
What is Victor doing when this woman bursts in and leans against the door? She doesn't notice you. You're a cat.
Victor meows. Like, please occupy this woman.
Can I finish my thing?
Can you what?
I'll finish it after. I didn't get to finish my turn. I'll finish it after Victor.
Okay, I'm just kind of quick moving through this because we're actually in free move, but I'm trying to keep some kind of order in it. What else did Vlad do?
He would have moved outside of the house, and I think my turn would have ended by the time that we got outside and saw the impaled other brother.
Yeah, and Karl Wachter would have he would have been very much aghast when he saw his brother. Nikolai, no!
Is it? Be glad that it was me who found you.
He's very upset. Dirok, what are you doing with the poor servant woman?
I still have that 23 in intimidation. I don't know how I should act. So he's holding her. He's gonna spin her around to have her face him. And Dirok's gonna be like, "You don't need to fear Dirok. Dirok's only here to hunt the minions of Strahd."
She is so terrified. She is so terrified she's just crying while you're talking to her. Tears are streaming down her face.
I'm not screaming. I'm
Tears are streaming down her face.
Yes, she's just.
Do not cry, little one. You are safe now.
Does she think?
God. I guess I should probably do another intimidation check.
Pretty much, yeah. We got to see if you've calmed down enough that she can believe you. Nope. You are the most fearsome creature in Vallaki. There is no doubt about it.
You have been learning well from me, my young apprentice.
And I am going to do a constitution roll on her to see if she can remain conscious.
I give her a heart attack. She dies.
She actually manages to remain conscious in spite of that. She's terrified, crying, but she doesn't faint. Sylvia is unconscious. Apotus, what are you doing?
I think we'll just kill this one. No, I'm just kidding.
It might be the merciful thing to do, considering what's happening now.
She's kind of collapsed, and he sets her down, just against the wall and says, "Don't move." And then he turns back to see Vlad with the other brother, and is like,
"I found the other brother.
So what are we going to do with this one?"
Well, he surrendered peacefully.
Is he a minion of Strahd? Does he serve Strahd?
I have yet to find that house.
Good. Let's find that out then. First, though, we need to get this house situated.
Yes, I am marching him over to the stocks.
Do you have anything to restrain him with besides the stocks or those manacles?
Terror. I suppose I could tie his feet together.
Well, I'm just wondering if it would be better to keep a closer eye on him than just let him be.
I mean, there is a guard at these stocks.
Yes, but there was an entire battalion of guards at the stocks just a short time ago, and that didn't really stop an entire town from throwing rocks at people.
The townspeople have gone back to their homes at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, if we want to ride again,
If
they're
they-
more than happy to help.
You're not there! If they want to throw rocks, so be it. However, it is my intention to take him to these docks. Once he is there, we can rest for the night and decide what happens with the Baron in the morning. Then we can leave for the winery.
And it has been a very long day, and including the rest, it is getting fairly dark outside. It is
It's like
nighttime.
midnight at this point.
Yeah, it's well into night at this time.
Let's
Plus you for it.
let's secure the house.
Plus you for it.
Ugh.
Left to die. Do, 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 do.
Also, I have not
Yeah, we
seen
need to find
Sylvia in some time. You should go check on
What?
her. I have not seen Sylvia in some time. You should go check on her.
You haven't seen Victor either.
I know where Victor is, though.
You
I just
knew
said
where
this.
Victor was. You don't know where that cat might have gotten to, that darn cat.
This is also true.
You also don't know
After-
where Derek is.
After I meowed at the servant, did she start to actually do the job she was sent for?
She leaned against the door for quite a while listening, and when she eventually was convinced that nobody was coming up the stairs for her, she eventually went over and started looking in on Stella and helping her, saying, "Come, Stella, let's get you back to bed. We have to get you safe again, dear."
Victor springs away at the first opportunity.
The maid gets Stella to the bed, and she opens the door and flips her skirts at you, trying to shoo you out. Shoo, cat, go back to the library.
Like, thank God.
Does Victor need to be?
Oh my god.
No, I think I'm in too much of a rush to get the hell out. Victor heads back to the library and just like hangs out with the cats because he's like forgotten what else he needs to do. He's gone native.
Natives are restless.
Hey, I just realized something. I'm assuming that just to fill in the gap of what happened too, I'm assuming Alex is still with the other guy. The one that we dragged with us because we didn't want him going out.
Yeah, he's in charge of Itzhak
Okay,
right now.
yeah, I just want to make sure that was clarified because it's like, what about him?
We just lost Apple.
Oh no. Anyways, carrying on.
Okay, so Victor is back in the library as a cat, and Sylvia is still in the master bedroom. And what are the other three of you doing?
Vlad is going to continue marching this guy towards the stocks.
Is no one's gonna help out Derek?
Derek's on his own. He's intimidating enough all on his own.
You got this.
Well, Epotus is going to. Epotus will return to help out with that. Let's have the let's have the two non-humans be in charge of calming the hysterical humans.
Yes, I know this is the problem, but we have allowed the barbarian to be unsupervised. He's like a kid. You gotta hold his hand and walk him through everything.
Hey, he's the face.
Yeah, Derek's the face.
He is the face now.
So,
yeah, 20 is on intimidation checks.
Yep.
Oh, I saw.
Epotus would probably come back in, and Derek thinks he's trying to be calming, and he's like, "Shh, it's okay. You don't need to be scared."
And about that time, as he says, you don't need to be scared.
No, that's what Derek thinks.
Hang on a second, Derek. Derek, just about the time you said, "Don't be scared," that head that you had like thrown over your shoulder flops forward right at her feet, and she just starts, crying again. Okay, now what are you doing?
Yeah. Well, yeah, no. See, that's what Derek thinks he's doing. He's trying to be calm. Don't worry, you're safe now. You're fine. What's really happening is stop crying.
Yeah.
Stop it.
And that horrible
You
head,
don't need to
severed
be scared
head.
of me.
Obviously, you severed somebody else's head, and you're about to do it to her. Okay.
I did it to three. I did the 3 people, and if she checked one of the closets, she checked 2 more, including Lady Wachter.
Epotus finally shows up and is just like, Dear
What? What?
Dear, let her go.
But Dirok has her. She needs to calm down. Calm down.
Let her go. Put the servant down.
She is down.
Drop the servant. Bad dog. Drop the servant.
God.
Okay. Our job is to secure the perimeter, and first we need to make sure that our friends are not dead.
That's when Dirok actually lets go. Yeah, Dirok hasn't seen Sylvia and Victor.
Well, then perhaps we should check on them instead of being concerned about non-issues at the moment.
When Dirok drops her, she like poofs through the door. She just runs as fast as she can, screaming out the door.
Yep, Dirok's gonna go on ahead and look for the others. We're assuming that Alex is out and about with Isaac. Like we can actually see them, probably somewhere near the stairs, right?
Right, yeah. Alex is basically in charge of keeping Isaac under control.
Yeah, I'm assuming he is baby aggro.
Yep.
I think it was something about chicken.
Oh yeah, nope, I see it in the chat. Never mind.
Chicken aggro.
Then yeah, I guess we go upstairs. Is Sylvia visible to us, or
No,
is
because
she?
Nope, No, the door is closed.
Well, I didn't know.
Somebody slammed the door behind her.
The door mysteriously slammed shut behind her. No one knows how it happened.
Sylvia would be right over by that closet where you pulled the thing down, tried to open.
No one ever will.
Yeah, Dirok opens the door and then closes.
So you are going.
No. Dirok would have opened the door and then see Sylvia's on the floor and then see the body that's in the bed.
That's already decayed.
He doesn't know that. He just sees a body.
Beginning to decay. Yes.
He thinks that someone's very bad at hiding.
Sylvia, what are you totally into?
But no, he sees Sylvia knocked out, and he sees someone is in the bed. He doesn't know it's a dead body. He thinks someone is very bad at hiding because that's what Dirok would have done as a child. He grabs his axe.
Oh god, it's already dead. So
Dirok doesn't know that.
check for a pulse then.
What did you do to her?
There's another week
one of the comments said that Dirok is channeling his inner cookie monster. Me want cookie!
Where are the cookies? Where are the cookies?
Oh god.
I mean, it's not wrong.
No, it
I believe it.
Alright, so Sylvia's laying on the floor upstairs, and Dirok comes in and sees her collapse there on her. What is he going to do?
He whips out his axe and is yelling at the body in the bed. What did you do to her? Thinking that the body can hear him. He thinks it's someone very bad at hiding.
Yeah. The body doesn't respond to you.
Dirok charges.
God. It's a corpse! Oh my god, please just things explode dust.
Are you attacking the corpse?
In this case, I would have grabbed my great axe. So it's gonna be the big axe, and yeah, he's gonna attack the corpse and or bed.
Okay, first give me just an attack roll. And then I want you to give me a strength roll.
Oh, that poor bed. One of us could have had that bed.
You slice through the corpse, and the bed splits in half and collapses down, like sagging. When you do, and there's like two halves of a corpse in the halves of the bed. Crashing sound. This time, anybody who is still downstairs would definitely have heard this. Victor would have heard it. Very loud crashes. Duroc smashes the bed in half.
I'm unconscious, but probably hearing that. If I could hear things still, my soul probably would have left my body. Just be like,
Victor like pops up into the air.
Yeah, jumps a foot up. Yeah, I had a cat one time that used to scare us.
Picture all of the cats simultaneously, like
yes, pretty much.
Scattering.
We had a I am the jungle cat that would hide around corners and wait for us. And one day I snuck up right to the L bend of the hallway and jumped out and put my feet on either side of the cat. It jumped up like 2 or 3 feet high, turned around in midair, and was already running by the time it hit the ground. And it split so fast, and it never again tried to ambush us at the bend in the hall.
That's hilarious.
Great.
Anyway, yeah, all the cats, including Victor, jump up in the air. And what is going on now?
Duroc looks at his axe and then looks at the body. That never happened before. Going about that, he never saw a body decay because of his axe.
Victor,
it's a magic axe.
Victor slinks towards the ruckus.
Hippotas!
What? What?
Something's wrong with this body. It is. Duroc attacked, and it's now very decayed.
Yeah, it's rotting faster now.
I don't think that's why it decayed, but let me take a look.
Duroc doesn't know. He thinks that was a person that attacked Sylvia.
Hippotas comes
Went
up
back to bed. Got it.
check on the body.
And the first thing he would see as he walked straight in would be Sylvia laying in the floor. He would turn and see Duroc with his axe raised, startled, and might possibly assume the wrong thing.
Oh. Uh-oh. I don't remember what he assumed. I knew he assumed something, but I don't remember it now.
Yep. That's about what I thought.
What?
Hippotas comes in and goes, "What the hell are you doing?"
This person attacked Sylvia, and Duroc attacked him.
What person?
This person, and I'm, well, this half a person.
He holds up a part of the body like, there it is.
Yeah, here's his. Duroc thinks it's his head. It can't really tell.
Divine sense. Just see what the hell's going on. Let's do Paladin radar. See if that helps at all.
You don't sense any particular evil, except the cat that is in the room seems to be radiating a bit of unnatural scent.
What the hell is? Oh, damn it, Victor!
What? Victor like raises a paw and waves.
Hi.
Gonna throw me off now. Okay. All right. I don't sense any undeath in here, so I think.
Besides the cat, yeah.
Except for the damn cat. I think you got him.
Wait, this was undead?
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely not now.
Well,
It's
and-
dead now.
And Epotus comes up to Dirok, puts his hand on his shoulder, and says, "Let me put it this way: if he was, he's re-dead now."
Oh god, he's gonna like grab onto us from behind and hump us then. That's even worse.
Well, see,
Adult content, folks. Adult content.
Where there was you were warned.
Ah, Jesus.
oh, Derek puts his axe
Roll
down,
athletics.
looks over to Sylvia. We should probably help her.
So at any point, am I waking up from this stuff, or am I still just under the effects of whatever the hell hit me?
You will eventually wake up in an hour if nobody speeds it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, Epotus comes over to check Sylvia just to make sure, like, does she have any, if she has any wounds, or like what
She has
the
big
deal
hole.
here is.
She's Sleeping Beauty. She has a big hole in her finger.
If you give me a perception roll and you roll fairly high, you'll notice the small hole in her finger. No,
I'm
no,
vaguely aware that
just she does not have
vaguely
any.
aware she's a bard.
Yeah, you do not see any large wounds. There is nothing that is immediately apparent to a quick look. You just know that she is unconscious, but she is breathing. You can see her chest rising and falling.
All right. I don't know what exactly happened, but as far as I can tell, she seems all right-ish. I'm not a doctor. We should have Vlad look at her.
By the way, is light still active? Because
Yes.
that you're still a dick. You're still a dick, alright?
Now she's glowing on the floor.
Yeah, pretty much.
She's in holy repose.
All right, as the last 5 minutes of our broadcast tick down, where are you going to spend the night once you get the house cleaned up and rounded up and begin to, eventually after you spend another, say, 20 minutes in the house, Sylvia begins to come around. What are you going to do?
I think I'd like to move my coffin to the basement.
All right.
Derek would have noticed the chest and have taken that for himself.
All right.
I'm probably going to be punching Durak for that. Like, that was mine. I found it first, you son of a...
Yep, and since the trap went off, he's gonna open it up since...
I hope it...
It's actually
failed.
locked.
Oh, it's locked.
Barbarian lockpicking.
Yep, I'm gonna do my barbarian lockpicking. Give me just one
Oh,
moment.
boy.
I guess around now, Victor would return to, human/vampire form and just sit in the corner kind of hugging himself.
There are going to be lots of people tonight sitting in corners hugging themselves.
Yeah, no.
It takes you several whacks at that. You've just used so much of your strength today. You're starting to feel a little out of sorts. But eventually you manage to break the lock open on the thing. And when you open it, you find some very old bones.
Oh.
Also take a look at those too.
Yep, I just closed the chest. Make sure... If I close it, is it gonna relock? Or can it just be reopened
No,
again?
you've broken the lock.
I broke the lock? Okay, then yeah, I'm just gonna close it, and I'm gonna wait till I find Vlad, because he might know more about it.
I'd probably just be...
I would think Vlad would be on his way back from the stocks at this point. He would have given the guy a good berry and put him in the stocks.
Very
Epotus
good.
lays claim to some room somewhere.
Who's going to sleep in the bed with the corpse?
Is it possible the bed is split in half?
Well, I don't know. Cat may want to curl up.
It went from a queen to 2 twins.
Yeah.
I think I'm not sure that's the half that got split.
There is a bed in each of the son's rooms, and there are 4 servants' beds downstairs if you are choosing to stay in the house for the night.
Vlad claims this room. This is the one. This is the room of the guy he captured.
Very good.
Then Epotus will take this room, the guy he killed.
I want to argue that Sylvia was already sleeping in this room. She can have the broken ass bed.
Before settling in for the night, I think Victor would make the rounds and give each of the servants an interview with a vampire.
I've wanted to make that reference for so long.
I hate it so much.
He would just get a good sense of what they're like and slip in a charm while he's at it.
I mean,
Oh no!
He's a vampire.
You know what?
To be fair, we did make Twilight reference jokes a while back. Okay?
Yes, the sparkling
we
vampire.
did do Twilight references, so yeah, no, there's.
Anyway,
Do we have any idea who this corpse is in here?
None.
he's the dead.
Well, yeah, you have some idea. Carl was yelling about father died a year ago.
Sylvia and Vlad both know who it is for sure.
Also, since Victor has actually Wachter blood in him right now.
Oh dear.
That's
He
true.
would actually have a pretty decent complexion, so he would take off his mask and hood and just look like a somewhat normal bald dude, as he talks to them, just very calmly, like not really very good with his words, but oddly charming.
Is he?
The two of the beds you would find occupied by the time you got there. Two of the servants are sleeping, more like collapsed into their beds. The two that did decide to remain.
Vlad tucks them in. He's in full bath mode.
I'm going to sleep in the library with the cats.
No, we already discussed this. You are.
Okay.
I'm not sleeping with that person I stabbed.
Here's what'll happen. Epotus will actually work on taking the corpse out back and burying it with the other brother.
Okay.
Well,
Victor,
hold on.
Victor sees him going out and lends him his shovel.
I was gonna say, let's do this right though. You take both halves of the corpse.
Yeah. He just bundles up the blankets. It's just one big.
Than a skeleton?
It's just one big old bag.
It was a decaying corpse.
Of stuff.
Of decaying Lord Wagner.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just gathered it all up in the bag. He does not want these blankets. He has his own blankets. He will take the death room because it doesn't bother him.
If we were gonna remove the body, Derek wouldn't have mind taking the room.
Bitch, I'm burying you.
I'm also going to raid the closet for ladies' clothes and then head to the library to sleep with the cats.
Vlad.
You can have the ladies' clothes. I'll just give me the master bedroom because it has a bathroom.
Vlad is going to, if any of the servants are still awake, including the servant tending to Stella, he would give them a good berry, and then...
Anybody else looking in the closet that Sylvia found the chest in? Sylvia got a low perception roll.
I'll
do the perception roll since I'm rating it. Damn it!
Oh, wow!
Shut up!
Two of them just are not spotting much. Gore is looking in the closet. For once, the orc had better perception. You notice a rather fancy folded sheet of paper that looks. The paper is extremely high quality, like the kind of white, fancy, almost woven quality that you would see for something like a fancy invitation.
I immediately hand it to Vlad. This is more of his. I would assume this is more his territory.
I was about to say, I swear to God, if you had turned a great fancy toilet paper and walked off with it, I swear to God.
Oh yeah, no. This is what I'll do. I am gonna take the chest, and I'm gonna take the letter, and I'm gonna go and waddle over into my room. It's all mine.
Vlad, I was trying to say earlier, after making sure all the servants were settled in and calmed down, Vlad would have gone into the closet. There's no way. There's no way of getting out. I've already walked into it.
Wow. Wow.
We're in character right now. This has nothing to do with what I said before the stream started.
Going into the closet, he's carrying handcuffs.
Not helping, but go on. Continue, please.
Anyway, Vlad would have inspected the bones to see if there's anything special about them, and then taking a quick look around, not turning anything up with his inspection, but he would have been there.
When you check in with the servants, they seem totally calm and cool with everything.
Oh no, yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Give me a history.
History check for the bones?
Yes.
Because I'm great at that.
Yeah. About all you can tell is that they are, you feel like they are very, very old. They are dry and porous.
Do I feel like there's anything significant about them? I just can't recall it.
Nothing that you particularly know from just looking at the bones. They just are bones at this point. But you feel like they are probably maybe even centuries old.
Maybe we should take him to the priest to take a look at.
That's what I was about. These bones have been here for a very long time. Very centuries.
Why would she booby trap it though? That
I
makes
don't
sense.
know. I was going to take it to Father Petrovich.
Well, that can happen in the morning.
Which bones are we talking about specifically?
The bones
the ones that got me knocked out.
The ones that they're opened up.
The ones that were in the chest that Sylvia got poisoned with.
Yeah. Okay,
they were locked in the chest.
Not the corpse in the bed.
No, these are dried bones that are very, very old, dry. They are, they're almost dusty. They're starting to fall apart a little bit. They're so old. Is anybody going to look at Dirok's invitation or whatever it is?
Yes, he handed it to Vlad.
Yeah, I handed it to Vlad.
So
and I also would have. This is actually the point where I probably would have started giving out the stuff from my bag.
Vlad takes his dagger and slices open the top of the letter.
It's not a letter, it's just a folded invitation that has come out of a letter of an envelope kind of thing.
Vlad puts the dagger away.
And when you open it up, the paper is very old and very dry. It starts to crumble in your hands. You have to be very gentle with it as you open it. It is obviously ancient, and it is a wedding invitation with very, very expensive paper and gilt edging around all the edges of the thing, and the lettering is in gilt lettering. And it is a wedding invitation to a Sergio Vonzerevich and a Tatiana.
Vlad looks at this.
Do we recognize
and he just Vlad very much does. So if anyone wants to ask him about it, go ahead. He is quite obviously disturbed about this letter.
Derek would have asked because he handed it. What is wrong? What does the letter say?
This is the original. Do you remember what Madame Eva told us about Strahd having a brother who married the woman that he was in love with? This is one of the original invitations to that wedding. Which means that... Can I make another check on the bones?
Yeah, I wanted to do a check as well, because now Derek's got a little bit of gears grinding in his head.
I will say that since the bones have absolutely no identification on them, there would not be... You would have to make a leap of something that would be...
Logic. We could make a guess, pretty much.
You can make a guess, and you can make a guess without a roll, because anybody can make a guess. But to have certain knowledge of who these bones are or anything, there just is nothing on them that indicates it.
Derek looks down at the chest that had the bone.
There is a high chance that these bones are from the same time as this letter, if they're in this closet.
Derek thinks the bones has to be one of the people on the letter.
These are also my thoughts.
Oh, you know what I think? And Sylvia just starts slapping Vlad. That's for fucking putting that goddamn light on me, you son of a bitch!
It's still on, by the way. You're still glowing.
Take it off!
But why? You look radiant.
I'll kill you.
But
He
we need a night
comes
light.
back in covered with like dirt from burying the two Wachter men, and he's just like if you guys are still in that room, he just comes in. He just comes in while you guys are slapping the shit out of each other. He sets his pack down. He just starts undoing his armor, puts his bedroll down, and goes to bed.
But having seen this many times, doesn't give a damn.
At this point, I will stop the recording. And if you guys want to discuss anything that